On behalf of the Pursuing Excellence in Leadership team, welcome and thank you for subscribing to this 10-week leadership program. My name is Errol Williams and I'm your host. The objective of this 10-week program is to share with you some tips, ideas, principles, and strategies that you can apply at home, work, in your business, in your community, in your church, or wherever you lead. I'm the author of this book entitled Pursuing Excellence. I will be taking over the next 10 weeks some of the thoughts and some of the ideas that I have gained over the last 30 years or so. If you'd like a copy of Pursuing Excellence, please email us or call us and we'll be delighted to forward a copy on to you, priced £15 plus delivery cost. This week's subject is entitled, in session 1, What is Leadership? What is leadership? We must come to an understanding if we are to progress any further as we go through the other 10 sessions by understanding clearly what leadership really is all about. What really is leadership? I've had the opportunity to sit at the feet of some of the greatest leaders in this country. I've had the opportunity of reading many books, watching many tapes, listening to many audio cassettes. I've also had the opportunity of reviewing some of the greatest leaders who have ever lived, who have passed on, and to get an understanding and a feel as to what leadership meant to them. In putting all that information together, I'd like to share with you a definition of leadership that I have put together. The definition is this: an effective leader is one who is able to influence, inspire, and empower others to unleash their unlimited potential. Let me repeat that. An effective leader is one who is able to influence, inspire, and empower others to unleash unlimited potential. What is unlimited potential? Potential is what you can become, but you have not yet become. It's what you can do that you have not yet done. Dr. Miles Monroe puts it beautifully when he said, the richest place on the planet is a graveyard, because that's the place that many of us have buried our talents, our gifts, our abilities, our potential. Rather than fulfilling those tasks and those gifts on the earth, we have taken them to the grave. As a leader, your job is to influence and to inspire and to empower those that you lead to unleash their unlimited potential. You must recognize that the people that you lead have an unlimited capacity and ability to achieve and to do things. I want to use an apple for an illustration or as an example. If you were to cut an apple open and take out the seed, and you were to put it on a weight, I almost guarantee you that the scale wouldn't even move. But the question we must ask ourselves is, what is the potential of this apple seed? Well, if we were to plant this apple seed and wait a few years until the tree is fully grown, take down all the apples and to cut them open, take out all the seed and replant them, over many, many years, we will end up with unlimited orchards from which we will get food and drinks. From the leaves, we could make tea and ink and many other things, medicine, etc. From the tree itself, we could take the wood and we could turn it into furniture. We could even build a house from this apple seed. Can you see how one apple seed has unlimited potential? Now, if one apple seed has such great potential, what about those that you lead? I want to say that the people that you lead, whether they be children, young people, or seniors, no matter what their background or what their status in life, they have unlimited potential. It is your job to identify that, to recognize that, and to get the best out of them by influencing, by inspiring, and empowering them. The people you lead are greater, more intelligent, more sophisticated, more beautiful, more awesome, more flexible than any apple seed on the planet. Your job is to influence them, not manipulate or sidetrack, but to sway them to do what's right for the team and what's right for themselves. Your job is to inspire them. That is to motivate them. That is to get them excited and enthusiastic about what they are doing to achieve the goal for the team or for themselves. Your job is to empower them, to train them, to equip them, to develop them to the extent that they don't need you any further. Let me use an example to illustrate what I mean by empowerment. And I use a 4-step process. Process number 1 is that people are totally dependent upon you as a leader. Sometimes at the start, people are totally dependent upon you. As you train them and as the time goes by, they move to step number 2, where they are interdependent. In other words, they only need you a certain amount of the time, maybe 50-50 as an example. As the time rolls on, as you train them effectively, they move to the 3rd stage of independence, whereby they no longer need you because they are now fully equipped to do the job at hand. Then they move from stage 3 to stage 4, we call counterdependency, where they can now train others. Let me use a mother and child in this example. As soon as a child is born, the child is 100% totally dependent upon mommy or daddy. As the years move on, that child grows up, maybe now at the age of 5 or 6. This child can do some things for him or herself, but is dependent also sometimes upon mommy or daddy. So we call step 2 interdependence. The word inter means between. The child is now 18, 19, 20, 21. The child is now totally independent from their parent, can now do everything for him or herself. The child then moves on from step 3 to step 4 to counterdependency, where the child now has his or her own child and do the process all over again. Your job as a leader is to move people from where they are to where they need to be. Move them from the stage of chicken to eagle, from cat to lion. Your job is to influence them, to sway them, to persuade them. Your job is to inspire them, to enthuse, to motivate, to excite them, to get them so motivated that they believe they can do anything they put their mind to. Your job is to train them. One of the best forms of training that I've ever come across in terms of leadership development is on-the-job training. It's not so much in the classroom, sitting down in front of a desk or in front of others, if you like, and being lectured to. No, it's on-the-job training. You learn to play the flute by playing the flute. You learn to swim by getting in the water and swimming. People become effective when you delegate to them. Delegate to develop, not delegate to dump. You want to develop your people to the extent that they don't need you anymore. They come to you less and less and less. Your job is to equip them, to serve them, to give them all that they need to do the job at hand. Therefore, leadership is the ability to influence, to inspire, and to empower those that you lead to unleash their unlimited potential. That's right. It is my firm belief that everyone that you lead has unlimited potential. The question has been asked on numerous occasions, what is the difference between a leader and a manager? I believe there's really only one difference. The difference is this. As a manager, you could be a manager of a department, managing resources and not people. But you're a manager. But as a leader, you cannot lead without leading people. The minimum amount of people that you can lead is 1. The greatest number, we don't know. It's as much as possible. But you can be a manager whereby you manage resources, but you do not manage people. But you cannot be a leader unless you're leading people. However, as a leader, you're also a manager. But as a manager, you may not necessarily be a leader until you're leading people. I want to say thank you so very much for tuning in to session 1. I look forward again when we can tune into session 2. I want to say take care of yourself, your family, and each other until we meet in part 2. Bye-bye.